Hello and welcome to the Ant-Man channel. It is Wednesday the 13th of November 2013 and I am your host Ant-Man, and I've got an article in front of me from abcnews.go.com. Actually, I didn't find this on the actual, abcnews.go.com, but I found it on, I think it was like Clash Daily or something. No, wait. It was one of those. I think it was Clash Daily. But anyways, very funny article in front of me right here. Spike Lee sued over George Zimmerman tweet. This is by Colleen Curry. I'll just get into it, because I don't even know what I'm about to get into. An elderly Florida couple who found themselves caught in the center of the George Zimmerman Trayvon Martin case last year has filed a lawsuit against film director Spike Lee for retweeting information that mistook their home for Zimmerman's. Lee sent a Twitter message last year to his 240,000 followers with an address that he thought belonged to Zimmerman, who was accused of killing the unarmed teenager Martin. Well, in our country, it's becoming more and more a crime to defend yourself when somebody attacks you. So if an angry person attacks you, you're not even allowed to defend yourself anymore, because you're supposed to bend over and put your thumb in your mouth in this country. But the address was actually that of Elaine and David McLean of Sanford, Florida, both in their early 70s, whose home became the focal point of online vitriol aimed at Zimmerman, who also lived in Sanford. So now the McLeans have accused Lee of negligence in a lawsuit filed in Florida and posted by the Smoking Gun. The original source of the misinformation was a man in California who tweeted the address to various celebrities according to the lawsuit. Lee then retweeted. It's funny that we do this, it's funny that politics is all discussed on Twitter nowadays. Like, a lot of things happen on Twitter. It's just weird, you know what I mean? I think it's just weird. I don't know if Twitter was ever designed for that, but it certainly is. That's what it's used for now. People expressing themselves politically on Twitter, or the actual news being reported on Twitter. It's kind of. I think that came out of left field. I didn't expect that. I just go on Twitter to use it as and if you want to follow me, I'm Zombie Ant-Man on Twitter, and the O in zombie is a 0. But all I do is I predict fights for the UFC fights. I always predict fights and stuff like that. That's just what I do. But hey, anyways, back to this. So the original source of the misinformation was a man in California who tweeted the address to various celebrities according to the lawsuit. I already read that, didn't I? Lee then retweeted to his followers with the same address, which was repeated hundreds of times with threatening messages. The McLeans told Orlando, Florida news station WKMG-TV that the wife's youngest son's name is George Zimmerman, but he had no relation to the Zimmerman involved in the case and had not lived at the home in years. They had not sued anyone else. The McLeans said in their lawsuit that they feared for their lives after their address was broadcast on Lee's account. They are seeking at least $15,000 in damages. Lee previously settled with the couple over the tweet. The couple's attorney, Matt Morgan, told the Los Angeles Times in March 2012 that Lee called the McLeans to apologize and compensated them. But the couple's lawsuit now alleges that the threats continued throughout Zimmerman's 2013 trial. Morgan did not return calls for comment. Neither the McLeans nor Lee's representatives have returned ABC News' request for comments. Zimmerman was acquitted of murder in July for Martin's death. But that doesn't really that doesn't prevent people like Eric Holder to go on and to continue his race baiting. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I like what this guy says. I'm just gonna read a comment on here from this guy. I mean, it's really ridiculous how people try to justify certain minorities to be angry. You can't justify that kind of stuff, man. You need to stop being babies and just suck it up, man, and stop playing I don't know, man. This is a certain topic that I can't wrap it, I can't understand it because I don't think that way, I can see past the color of a man's skin. I've never understood that, so This guy says that's just half of it. Consider he was trying to dispatch a lynch mob to enact some street justice. Could you imagine a white clown like him saying he thought He really thought some African American dude killed an innocent white boy, and here's his address. The big paycheck should be punitive damages, jail for inciting hate and or murder. Would you think he meant sending out the address? And then this person replies, you should look back in history. Recent history, by the way, white people burned down an entire black city based on an assumption. In fact, there are numerous instances when white people are, as a group, attacked black people for doing something without having evidence that they actually did it. And then he gets destroyed by this guy. And for every one instance, I can give 5 times the Obama thugs have done worse to whitey in the last 50 years. Of course, you want to bring up the day when the blacks sold their fellow blacks and you want to act like it was whitey doing it? Yeah, we get you. Grievance Society of Professional Victims. It's called a spade, you know. That's really what it is. It's entitlement. It's like I'm entitled to be angry. I'm entitled to be you know, to focus on my anger. You know, I don't know, man. There's something weird too about Islam and how like the hurt African Americans out there, they adopt the religion of Islam. I've never met a white person that converted to Islam in my life. I've actually worked next to a guy in the EMT ambulance, though, who was reading the Quran next to me on the phone and saying, the white man is the devil. And it's like, it's disturbing is what it is. And it's really like just, you're catering to their, like, you know, to their emotions. You see, that's why you need to check your emotions so that the people that are smarter than you don't manipulate you with your emotions, okay? You need to have real facts, historical facts. That if you want to bring up black people getting oppressed, yeah, that was like in the 50s. That was like a long time ago. And that actually caused all the Black Panther stuff. And, you know, I can go into CIA stuff that they actually were antagonizing people and they were actually being the ones that were, you know, instigating the whole thing. But that's a whole different story, you know what I mean? But anyways, don't be stupid, okay? Don't give into this race baiting. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous if you can't see past the man's color and you can't see who he really is on the inside. You know, it's like when a gay person calls me a bigot. It's like, I'm not a bigot because I want to honor God for what he tells me is right and wrong, you know? That's not, it's the act. If I were to actually act out in a hateful way, that makes me hateful. Not believing in, you know, okay, if God tells me not to, you know, hey man, you know what I mean? Like, that's, to me, infallible and inerrant. Everything that's in the Bible. That's just how it is with me. But, you know, I encourage you all to study, man. I encourage you all to have an answer for the hope that is in you and not just believe in things with blind faith and just, you know, be religious. Just go out there and learn the truth for yourself. And if you think this is all funny, ha ha ha, God bless you.